Hey, what's up everybody? Frank Valkyria, welcome to the channel. Today we're doing a tribute to Chris Cornell, one of the greatest singer of grunge, of rock, one of the greatest singer, period. And unfortunately passed away 2017, not of natural causes. And of course that's freaking tragic. Especially when you think that, those type of issues, they just attack anybody, famous, not famous, tall, short, whatever. And it's an indicator also of how seriously we should take those things and maybe work towards ways of helping others, understanding, mental health issues better, so that perhaps in the near future a lot of things can be done for people not taking their own lives. A tragic loss, of course. Personally, I've always loved this music. I always loved this voice. I'm a great fan of grunge music. Sometimes we even tried our own, in making some covers of those great artists. They still inspire me to this day. Grunge is one of my favorite period, and of course it's because I was a teenager at the time, so it had a big impact, and I looked up to it a lot because it seemed like a very free way, unconformist, not conformist way of just expressing yourself without being, labeled whatever, just dressing however you want. So anyway, guys, little introduction. Today it's the anniversary of his death, and it's also today, unfortunately, the day that Franco Battiato, another great Italian poet, songwriter, passed away. Luckily, so to speak, Battiato did manage to live to 70 plus, but unfortunately was battling with Alzheimer already for some time, so that's not really such a positive ending. That means that probably he's been struggling with it for many years. Chris Cornell died really young, taking his own life. So anyway, guys, Chris Cornell Season, one of my favorite songs. Beautiful, beautiful song. Not very known. This Locandina here is actually from a movie. In this movie, this is where is this guy? Matt Dillon? And I think there is also a cameo of Eddie Vedder in this movie. Actually, I want to rewatch that. It's been such a long time watching this movie. So 90s. Anyway, guys, let's go. Please subscribe or watch another video. It's all good. Actually, if you watch another video, woohoo! Oh man, I love this song. This is just gonna be me just floating.
Summer nights are long, warm days, stolen as the old moon falls, and the mirror shows another face, another place to hide it all.
And I love those guitars, and there is a little bit of always, to me, it reminds me always of some kind of oriental music, like those guitars in the beginning mimicking sitars. Super nice, man. Sitars, I apologize.
And I'm lost behind the words I'll never find, and I'm left behind. The seasons roll by, swimming with the
Wow, this guy.
Dreams have never been the answer.
If it was possible, sorry, if it was possible, I would just ask to live in a sort of loop in between like 87 and 95, you know, forever. Like somewhere like of those 8 years, 9 years, just in a loop for eternity, always forgetting and just living through the time. I said it, okay? It's beautiful. There is this progression of one guitar doing those chords like bum 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 bum, and then the other guitar played a little bit like a mandolino. Super nice. I think here are two guitars doing that part. Wow, I love it. Doubling each other. Jesus Christ. Actually, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what he used. I always thought that Chris probably used a combination of mixed voice and falsetto that he had developed that comes naturally to him, you know, with this beautiful distortion and raspiness in the voice. It's hard to believe that his chest voice, but I honestly don't know. I really don't know. So either way, it just sounds fantastic. It's like one of the singer that to me is the most satisfying. You know, of course there are great singers, great like technical singers, which they're just super polished. They hit every note. They have like an incredible range. You know, both in opera music, in pop. We also know of like singers like Dimash, which, you know, it's this incredible Kazaki artist, which has like 5-6 octave range, incredibly clean, incredibly poised. He just hits those high notes day in, day out. But at the same time, you know, they're like, even though, you know, I very much like Dimash, for instance, just to make an example. But then there were people like Chris Cornell. The authenticity of the voice, like the charisma, the tone, it's something so uniquely his. You know, even among other peers of glam metal, glam rock, whatever, which they had incredible voices, you know, from the singer of Mr. Big, John Bon Jovi. There are so many which they had incredibly bright voices, high voices. The singer from Motley Crue, Cinderella, Sebastian Bach, not the older one, the newer one, Sebastian Bach. You know, but then you listen to Chris Cornell, there's some kind of passion and desperation in his voice, that beautiful, peculiar distortion. Oh man, I miss that voice.
Down there.
think another singer probably that I like more is Jeff Buckley, but yeah, they were, funny enough, they were both actually good friends, Jeff Buckley and Chris Cornell. Both some of my favorite artists. Wow. Beautiful song. Always great, always great.
Well, I'm lost behind the words I'll never find, and I'm left behind as the seasons roll on by.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. That's super nice, man. That's super, super nice. Always a nice occasion to listen to this period. I also like, of course, Anger Strike. I mean, truly, when you think about it, grunge is, to me, one of the most interesting time in the last, 30 years of music. Really, it's like a peculiar combination of what was good about rock, and also the kind of implementing new ways of expressing it, both by the looks, by the lyrics, and by the sound. So really, really great. I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't living in the States where I could have just enjoyed those guys touring around. But for anybody that did, you deserve a thumbs up, because this stuff is great. I was fortunate enough to see Chris Cornell singing here in Audioslave, opening for Motorhead. I don't remember exactly where it was. Probably also this can be found out. At the time, the venue was called the Heineken Music Hall, and it's a pretty large venue. I think it can probably guess at least 5,000 or 6,000 people or more, and maybe more. And it's also the venue where I went to see, I think, not last summer, the summer before, I went to see Smashing Pumpkins. And this is a great thing about Amsterdam. A lot of artists from the US, a lot of artists, international artists come here. So we have that opportunity. I missed Pearl Jam 3 times. God damn it. I missed them 3 times. So anyway, I went to see in the same venue. And it was beautiful. I really enjoyed it, because there, even though people say like, oh, Audioslave was a little bit more commercial, so on and so forth, but there are like great songs. I mean, when you listen to like a Stone now, it's like a modern classic, all the right combination of rock, pop, a little bit of that kind of new flair from the 2000. But he did great with with the Rage Against the Machine band. And I also got to see Motorhead, which was also another great performer. Wow, so happy it happened. I wish I had seen them more time, but anyway, at least I managed to witness their talent once, which is better than none. So guys, let me know if you want to see other artists, more grunge artists, other artists from anywhere. We're trying to educate ourselves about music. I'm educating myself about music. I've discovered so many new artists, in the last 2 years that is crazy. So yeah, let's keep doing that. Go watch another video if you want. I'll see you later. You take care. Chris, always rest in peace. And thank you so much for your music. Always. Ciao. Wow. Ooh, ooh.